I'm Josh Kerr. I am 5'8" tall, 160 pounds, which is, I think, around that because I'm used to kilos in Australia. And I'm going to go through my summertime quiver with you. I'm Josh Kerr, and I'm here to show you my boards. And right here we have a 510 shaped by Rusty Presendorfer. It's a square tail, pretty much just an all-around short board, 18 1/8 wide, 2 1/8 thick, and it's just a board you'd ride on any given day. And I just like that standard shape for a bit of everything. It's good, goes fast down the line, it turns tight in the pocket, and it's just something you wouldn't ride in too weaker kind of wave and flat conditions because they can kind of bog in those kind of style waves. And on this one, this is exactly the same dimensions as the one before, but shaped by Jason Rod. It's a different composite though, as a stringer. It's actually stringerless with a carbon strip down the middle on the deck and carbon strips around the rail on the bottom. And it's an epoxy, so it's really buoyant, and it really goes really good over here in Cali in the kind of weaker style waves. You can surf what you would want to surf your PU in, like when it's a bit flatter, and it actually holds rail, it doesn't bog, and yeah, it turns a lot nicer and floats a lot better on the water. You just feel a bit more buoyant, and it's a good feeling when the waves are slow and fat. And then this is a 5'8" by 18 1/2 and 2 1/4 thick, and that's pretty much. I really enjoy this board just for every kind of waves. It kind of works. I was surfing it a lot in Canggu, because Canggu is a real kind of wave that kind of at the river mouth there, it stands up, backs off, and kind of it's a wobbly kind of wave, and it'll go in the flat sections and in the tight pockets because of the round pull pintail, but then it goes through the fat parts with the thicker, wider point of the board in the middle. And I'm kind of swinging towards this size of boards for my shortboard now, so yeah, that's really good. And we go on to this. This is my 5'8" or 5'6". This is my 5'8" Slayer. The Slayer model is like a real pulled-in pintail down the back and a wide point up towards the nose. And it's a board I actually ride when the waves are bigger. Like this 5'8", I'd probably ride in the more to 8 to 10 foot range. And instead of going up in size, I just go for thicker, shorter, but real pulled-in tail to hold in there. I've been doing that because I just like the way a smaller board fits in the wave, especially riding a barrel, in more barreling kind of waves, not so much like big open walls, although it still does turn really good on the face. But I hate having that length of like a 6'4", 6'8" in front of me. It's like too much board to move around when I can just swing a board like this because of the pulled in tail, ride real thick kind of they're future fins. I just ride a real wide base, drivey fin. And yeah, it holds in really good. It fits really well in the wave, and you can maneuver it in the barrel instead of just holding your line and not being able to do anything else. Yeah, this board is really similar to the board that Kelly was riding at Pipe when he won in 2008, I think it was. And yeah, I've been riding a 5'6" version of this a lot, like at Desert Point and stuff like that, when the waves were 6 foot plus, and you can just maneuver in the barrel like there's no tomorrow, and you can paddle really good on it because of the thicker. It's like 2 1/2 thick, so there's a lot of thickness in it, but then it thins out through the tail and pulls in a lot. It has like a 6'4", 6'8" pintail on the board, and then all the width gets pushed up the nose for your paddling, and you don't really use that part of the board when you're surfing, so yeah, it's good. And then over here we've got more of like a grovelly 5'7". It's kind of like this board, the one I'd ride in the big waves, but one with a wider tail. Same kind of width at the nose and all that, but a wider tail at the back for manoeuvrability in the smaller waves. And it's a lot flatter too. It doesn't have much rocker, so it can go through the flat sections of the waves and yeah, hold its speed. Then over here, got a 5'5" dumpster pretty much, but they call it the Magic Door. But it's kind of a rip-off that they're doing. And yeah, it's a board that you'd ride in grovelly, just crumbly waves that'll just hold its speed. It's really flat. and it's a great summertime fun board. So yeah, that's my quiver. There you go.